both. I'm too good. It's so fucking ratty. Got one. Behind the tree, just in front of us. Alright, so this is the Unstable Bomber build guide. I don't have a lot of the gear for this, but I know what you should be running, if that makes sense. I've played both of the last closed betas, and I hope that gives me a fair bit of trust when it comes to insight into these builds. And also, in-game isn't actually unlocked in my region, so I also can't show some other things. But I am going to talk about all of those things, but I might not be able to show them. The first things I want to mention is, when it comes to Unstable Bomber builds, you really have basically one option, and that is the Jaws pistol. So the first thing we want to get out of the way is what weapons are we going to be running with an Unstable Bomber build. Now, there's two key weapons that I would recommend for an Unstable Bomber build, that being Jaws, the Desert Eagle, or the Goldlaw Sniper Rifle. These are two of the best, arguably two of the best Unstable Bomber weapons in the game, and they also pair perfectly as a main hand offhand scenario. Or, if you want to, you can just run one Unstable Bomber weapon, such as the Sniper, and run an SMG or AR, even a shotgun offhand if you want to. Just keep in mind, your offhand weapon will not do as much damage if it's of a different type of perk or class, like Frost Vortex, Burn, Surge, Shrapnel, etc. But if you run both the Goldlaw and Jaws both hand in hand, you will get the most benefits, of course, and that is the build I'm going to recommend. Starting off with our weapons, again, as I've just mentioned, Jaws, the Desert Eagle, is probably the best Unstable Bomber weapon in the game. You can read the perks right here, so every 4 hits counts as an Unstable Bomber trigger. If you're wondering what Unstable Bomber is, and you saw it at the start of the highlights, it is an instant sort of AoE burst attack that will proc on a critical hit on an enemy, and it will deal a little bit of explosive damage to that enemy. And it's also, again, an AoE attack area of effect, so it will hit nearby enemies if you crit in a clump or a group. And that is why Jaws, and especially Unstable Bomber, is a very nice burst build that is also very friendly to run and gun play styles. So again, you can read the perks here. Crit, it's a crit based build, so that will lean into our mods in a sec here. So first off, what armor are we going to run with the Jaws and the Gulp Law. The armor I'm going to recommend is I'm going to go to the wish machine and show you, because it's a little bit easier layout in here. So in the wish machine, you're going to go to status blueprint. Now, under the key gear blueprints, key gear is effectively a named item, and you can only wear one key gear on your armor. The key gear I'm going to recommend for Unstable Bomber is the Shaman Vulture top. You can read it here. After triggering Unstable Bomber, so critting and getting that burst effect, you will get an increased crit rate, which means you're more likely to proc another Unstable Bomber. Because again, as mentioned, Unstable Bomber is a crit based perk. You crit, you proc Unstable Bomber. The higher your crit rate, the more unstable bomber bursts you're going to proc. And that is why I really recommend the Shaman coat. There is the other option of running the explosive front top. However, personally, from my experience, I highly recommend you run the Shaman Vulture top. Now, for the actual armor sets, I'm going to recommend the Lone Wolf set, and you're going to want to run a 4-piece of this. So a 4-piece Lone Wolf set will give you an extra magazine capacity, and these last 3 set bonus perks here, 2, 3, and 4, is crit rate, crit damage that can stack up to 8 times. So again, that's a really good up close and personal multi-frag build. So again, 4-piece Lone Wolf set, you could run the helmet, the pants, the boots, and the gloves, and then you would run your Shaman coat. And then we have one more armor slot left, and you could find a set bonus that you find suits your playstyle. You could run a 1-set Savior jacket, that's a medicine cooldown. You could run 1-piece Renegade, that will give you more reload speed, and you could be a really good run and gun playstyle. Status damage reduction, that's also another option. So that last armor slot that you want to fill out is really a personal preference. So again, I'm going to quickly run through it just so you know what to run. For armor, Shaman Vulture top, and then you're going to run a 4-piece Lone Wolf hood. You could run any 4, it doesn't matter, any 4 works. Well, you can't do the top obviously because you're going to be wearing your Shaman coats, but other than that, you can pick a set bonus, 1-piece set bonus from any other set in the game. You could even do a blue, for example. This isn't a good example with tier 3 gear, but for example, even the Falcon set, this 1-piece set bonus is a stamina reduction cost, which could also be beneficial to those fast-paced run and gun playstyles, which the Jaws Unstable Bomber build is perfect for. Same with the Jaws Unstable Bomber Gulp Law setup is really good for that. As you saw in the highlights at the start of the video, Gulp Law is a fantastic pop shot run and gun sniper rifle. You're effectively playing it like a shotgun or even a pistol, and again, it works hand in hand with the Deagle. I don't have Jaws myself, but as I said again, Jaws Gulp Law, your 4-piece Lone Wolf set with the Shaman coat, and then you can run a 1-piece set bonus from any other set you like that will fit your playstyle. Maybe the medicine one, the rolling one, or the stamina reduction, or there's even some damage ones out there that you could find that might suit your playstyle as well. Now, the next most important thing obviously is our gear mods. Unstable Bomber, as I mentioned earlier, is a heavily crit based setup. You're going to want to find anything that increases crit rate and crit damage. Now, I've actually got a spreadsheet over here that I'll link in the description. This was from CBT3, but relatively speaking, most of this should be up to date. So you're going to go to the Monoliths and Silos tab, and this is going to tell you where to get certain legendary gear mods from. So when you hit in-game, there you will unlock hard modes of dungeons. Hard modes of dungeons will drop legendary mods. Legendary mods are, again, one of the more significant ways to increase damage on your build. So we're going to go to the Monoliths and Silos tab, and we are going to look for Unstable Bomber. Unstable Bomber, Reckless Bomber. Each 1% crit rate grants a 0.7% unstable bomber damage. That is a very, very strong craft mod, and that is going to go on your mask. So this will effectively, if you have 50% crit rate, including the Shaman coat, and you've got a bunch of other crit rate gear mods in your armor, you're effectively almost going to have a double power of your unstable bomber bursts. And again, this is one of those builds that was really OP in CBT3. Now, it is going to be still very strong in launch and release, but it is not as good as it was in CBT3, but Unstable Bomber is still a top 3 PvP build. And again, so Reckless Bomber you want on your mask. That comes from Silo EX1 or Silo PSI, so either the Siren or the Fridge Boss. This is a silo dungeon that is in Chalk Peak, and I believe the other one is in Red Sands, which is just above the Iron River zone. For the other perks we want to run, I believe there is another Unstable Bomber perk, if I find it here. Yep, Supercharged. So, Supercharged. Triggering Unstable Bomber grants Unstable Bomber damage 5% for 5 seconds up to 10 stacks. So now you're stacking that with the previous aforementioned gear mod on your mask, you're stacking that with the Shaman coat, you're almost going to have a 60% crit rate with an almost 100% increase in bomber damage, and that is why this build is so strong. Now, these numbers may have been tweaked, and this information on this exact spreadsheet may be a little bit decreased on live, such as it may only be a 3% damage increase or such, because there are some slight nerfs to a lot of these mods. But generally speaking, the mods are similar, and they come, most importantly, they will come from the same places. But again, the actual values may be a little bit lower, and that's all across every build in the game. Surge, Shrapnel, Frost, Burn, they all had their values reduced from CBT3, so they're a little bit more balanced. But generally speaking, this mod, so Supercharged and Reckless Bomber, are the two armor mods you want. And then you want crit damage mods. Crit damage mods are they can be legendary, and generally speaking, these crit damage mods you'll find just doing any dungeon, any raid, and you'll put those in the other armor slots that you have open. What would you run on your Cradle? So for an unstable bomber build on your Cradle, I'm going to recommend you run the long range enhancement and the handgun enhancement. So if you're running especially Jaws and a sniper, both of these go hand in hand, damage increase for both. Now the second thing I would recommend running is tactical combo. This is a pretty strong perk, again 25% damage increase after switching weapons or reloading. And then you would run in the fourth slot, you would run first round blast. So after reloading, instant damage, power surge, and unstable bomber plus 25% for 4 seconds. So now you're at about 100% unstable bomber. Now you'll be at about 125% unstable bomber increase alongside this first round blast in your Cradle. Alright, just want to touch up on the Cradle. So after those 4 perks you've chosen, you can actually pick what sounds good to you. So for example, to fill up the rest of these Cradle slots, you could pick Brawl Boost. This I do believe works in PvP. You could choose Deviation Master, Agility, Rapid Aid is a good one that a lot of people use in PvP. Sprint is also pretty nice. So there's a few other ones you can mix and match between after those core 4 that I mentioned before. Now I want to jump onto the weapon attachments. I'm just going to use my Wildfire Deagle as an example because the attachments are the same across the weapons. You're generally going to aim for the same kind of stats. So generally speaking, my rule of thumb is accuracy and stability are a godsend. So when you're aiming, I can give you a quick example here. When I ADS in, you can see my crosshair has idle sway. I fucking hate idle sway. It's a gimmick, but there is a way to get rid of it in this game, and that is through stability. Stability gets rid of idle sway. The more stability I have, the more my crosshair is going to stay where I'm actually looking. Like for example, I'm looking on the head, I wait a little bit, and now I'm off the head. How fucking shit is that? So we want to look for attachments that have stability, right? The other mod is accuracy. Accuracy is relative to the bullet spread. So especially if we're using a full auto weapon, the more I shoot, the more my bullets are going to deviate from the crosshair, which means I want to run accuracy. Accuracy tightens that bullet spread when we're fully auto firing. The ideal attachments for the Desert Eagle, small compensator, it shows the location here, Riddle Spot, Bizarre Rocks, and North Chalk Peak. For the sight, I'm going to recommend the Compact Reflex sight. This comes from the Morphic shop in Camps. It is a vendor. The dude has a blue jacket on him, and you will use the Stellar Planular currency, if that's how you fucking say it. And that currency is earned by doing puzzles for accessories, or by doing quests and main quests. You get Stellar, and you can go to this vendor in those camps and redeem the legendary Reflex sight. For the tactical slot here, I'm going to recommend the Integrated Laser Sight. This is a whopping plus 19% to accuracy, which is a pretty decent amount, and not only that, 12% increase to ADS speed. The Blue Mag actually looks like the best option here. It gives us plus 9 accuracy and plus 6 reload speed. The Tactical Mag could be another option, so you could either run this one or this one. I actually don't recommend the Legendary Magazine because that is a minus 12 on the stability, which is quite a decent chunk knocked off. And then for ammo in in-game, you're obviously going to want to run tungsten ammo. Tungsten ammo is a bit of a grind to get. It requires a lot of acid to make, but best ammo, and again, it's a 15% increase on shots. Those are the attachments for the Desert Eagle. Now for the Got War, which I can actually give a proper example of, I'm going to recommend the Large Break on the end of the barrel. That is a plus 20 to accuracy. And then for the optic, I actually like the Light Optic. If you want the locations, all the accessories on the map, map genie in the description, and simply filter it to accessory, and then you click on the icon on the map. It'll tell you what attachment it is, and keep an eye out for the Light Optic. It's a fantastic scope. I'm going to recommend the Compact Infrared Indicator. This is a plus 16 stability, again getting rid of that idle sway, and also giving us an 8% increase to ADS speed. And for the magazine, we're probably going to want to run the legendary mag. There's no downsides to it. We get a reload speed increase and mobility, and same as the Desert Eagle, tungsten ammo is your best friend. Now when it comes to calibrations is actually a new feature they added since CBT3, and when you scrap items you find in the open world, you will get something called a calibration blueprint. You will go to your gear bench and you can replace the calibration attributes. I don't have any to pick from, but you can effectively replace these sub perks that are on your weapon. So by default, this wildfire has a stability, range, weak spot, and crit rate, which is actually not too bad. On jaws, you want to keep an eye out for crit rate, crit damage, and stability, and probably accuracy as well. So those are those core core calibration perks you want to look out for. The sniper, much the same. Probably range is also a good option here. So accuracy, range, or stability, weapon damage, or crit rate is also a good option for the gold lore. So those are the core attachments you want on your sniper and deagle, and the also calibration stats I would recommend. That is pretty much everything I have for the guide. If you have any questions, please chuck it in the description. I'm more than happy to help with anything. Just snaps? Yeah, I flicked. It's not that hard. It's literally not that hard. I've been playing FPS games for 10 years. I just straight up bodied that guy, holy fuck. My aim is so good right now. There was a guy hiding in the bush, bro. I'm not even kidding. I got him, I got him. I got lost in it. Oh yeah, on us. Got one. Got both. Oh, that was clean. Nice. I see him. Wait, there's two here. I got both. Got all three. Fog is thick, yeah. They're coming in, but... Oh my god. Oh my god, what a shot. Oh, this guy, car out front, Hit him once. I got him. Oh my god, what a shot. Samurai best seems like it, yeah. Oh my god! They really need to add a kill sound. Because holy fuck, these guys are getting dumps, dude. Oh my... I don't know how these motherfuckers are... Actually, it's so true. It's so true, though. When you don't need them, the animal shot. Oh, there's a guy at the base still, by the way. And I just one-tapped him. Oh, no, never mind. So you just got... Oh, and I just got him. Holy... Got him. What's him an acid? Why's he got acid in his inventory, bro? Where's your gold? What's he doing? Did I get him? Go on. What a shot. Got two. Oh my. I was gonna throw an explosive in the house. I feel it's gonna sit in there, but looks like he's moving. I want to actually put explosives on my hotbar real quick. Oh, there's a couple players here. Hang on. That was disgusting. Person who wants your own channel? Nice. So they're actually cracking down on everything. That's cool to see. No, it's sure another game that doesn't crack down on exploits. Oh my god! Just one tap his ass, bro. I got you. I got him, I got him. Samurai got 5 kills? Holy fuck! Dude, the Samurai's so busted! Holy shit. On the roof again, listen. Got him. I see them. I see them. I see them. They're on the hill. Yeah. I'm shooting his feet. I knocked him from his feet. Oh shit! Behind. Back of that building.